Hello, welcome to this video. So this video is actually quite a bit longer in the day, right? Quite a bit later in the day. I think this scientific networking, it says it was going to trade in like 6 hours, I think. So it's been a bit over 5 hours. It's just been a bit over 5 hours. So we haven't been playing constantly. We've been like coming back, doing a mission or two, taking a break, coming back, and then doing another mission or two. So now our Gallente Federation Navy standing is 3.0. So what that means is that for Gallente, we permanently have level 3 security missions unlocked. Pretty much means that we pretty much always have level 3 security missions available in the Gallente Federation, in the Gallente area of space. So something that we wanted to do was since we were looking at the ship tree and we were looking at the mission objectives, like the missions, like the resistance types needed and the damage types needed, and we reminded ourselves, we realized that the best ship for running missions would be the ship if it's in its own area of space, right? So the Gallente ships, the way that these ships are built, right? The way their resistances are built and their damage types are built, they would work best in Gallente space. So what we wanted to do is just pretty much, we have our station here, right? So we came to the Dixie main trading hub. We still have to go pick up a bunch of things, right? So we had stuff in our inventory, I think. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of random things from killing people. So if we go down to the item, throw everything in here. I think that we actually just need this mobile tractor unit, maybe some ammunition, right? So just stack everything. So we can organize everything. We can organize everything at the different stations at if we want, and then just make each station pretty much specialize in a different faction, something like that. Because the Gallente station, so they give you all these Gallente starter ships. So even though they're like frigates, even though they're destroyers, and even though we can fly the cruiser and the battle cruiser, I'm sure these things still serve a purpose, right? For running like combat sites. For running combat sites. We just mean like if you're flying around the world, you check your probe scanner and you search for combat sites. I think generally you'd want like a frigate or a destroyer or a cruiser. Then you scan down the sites. There's like some sites where you have to bring a frigate in there. There's some sites where you have to bring a destroyer in there. It's like you can't bring a bigger ship in there. So there is something about the smaller ships too, right? Plus they're really fast and everything. So what we wanted to do is we have our shuttle here, right? If we wanted to go to the regional market, we just want to buy a shuttle. We just want to buy a shuttle just because they're the fastest way to get where we want to go without bringing one of our own ships over there. So we might even delete some ships over in the Caldari space, right? Might even delete some ships over there. It would be more efficient than actually bringing them over here. So what were we doing? What were we doing? Oh, that's right. Let's just go to the ship tree, right? We're going to be going to the Caldari state. Let's just see if we can buy a shuttle here, right? Could we view market details for Caldari? Yeah, it's just about like 20,000. So we can buy this shuttle here. Go to Caldari space. So I think if we're going to a different area of space, maybe let's just use the type of ship that belongs to that area of space, right? So I think when we're done here, we're just going to keep all of our Gallente ships at the Gallente main trade hub. Then we'll keep all the Caldari ships at the Caldari main trade hub. We'll keep all the Minimatar ships in the Minimatar trade hub right over here, right? And then we'll keep all the Abar ships in the Abar trade hub. That way, if you ever just want to run missions or something, when we go up to like level 4 missions, maybe level 4 missions would pay us more, but we need a battleship, right? It's like 300 million. So let's just go over to Jeddah here, right? Set destination, go to Jeddah, that'd be 15 jumps, undock. So I think we could even go prefer a shorter route, right? 12 jumps, I don't know if we want to risk it, right? What if somebody warp scrambles us and then kills us? 12 jumps versus 15 jumps. We'll take an extra 3 jumps to make it safe, right? We're still not quite ready to go to low security yet. The only reason we would go to low security is if we wanted to go to a bar space. Just because a bar space is like the only safe way to go there from a Caldera space is 51 jumps, right? And the only way to get to a bar space from here is also like 31 jumps or something. It's just so hard to get to a bar without going through low security for some reason. So that's what we're gonna do. We also have to go through here and pick up all these items in a transport ship. So we originally were gonna do that first, right? Originally we're gonna do that first. But we'll just go up to the Caldera space. Actually, this would allow us to update our job offers, right? Even without having scientific networking, if it's 11 jumps away. So that was the reason we got this thing. I think we're still going to get this skill. This skill will come in really, really handy, right? So we could be in the Gallente main train station, and we can update our research orders even from there, right? That's what this does. It's like, if we're in Caldera, yeah, we already explained this thing. This thing just basically makes it so that if we're not near this place, we can still actually update it. So we have to wait till we get 10 jumps. I think it's going to be 13 jumps till we get there. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about, right? Maybe we'll just update these if we get within 10 jumps. And then once we actually get to the Caldera station, then we'll just go look at everything at the Caldera station, see what there is, if there's something we could just delete or something. Like some ships. I guess we don't have to delete them, we could sell them, right? If we have like ships, if we have ships in a different factions area, we can just sell them over there, turn them into money. And then if we really want to, we can rebuy them in the other place. That makes sense. That makes sense. So that means that we'd have to stock up on the different types of weapons, right? So that means eventually we'd want to go unlock the different types of ships, which we kind of started to, right? We got the Gallente Destroyer already. We got the Caldera Destroyer level 3. Oh, we got the Caldera Cruiser already. Okay. So as well, we would just have to go through the skill tree and maybe unlock the Battle Cruiser for each faction. Maybe that'd be something. Maybe that'd be something, right? That would cost like 50 million for each battle cruiser. So all together it would cost 2 billion. Plus it'd be like 25 million to fit each one. So it costs like 300 million. So I guess we have two options, right? You could spend 300 million to get a battleship. Spend 300 million to get a battleship. Or you can spend 300 million to get 4 battle cruisers. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that makes sense. Maybe it's a better option. Instead of just going straight for the battleship. You just have one battleship. If your one battleship gets blown up, you lose everything. But if we have 4 battle cruisers, if one of those battle cruisers gets blown up, we still have 3 battle cruisers. So I wonder if that's important. I wonder if it's important to do it that way, right? This way if you lose your ship, you're not back to square one. It's just like, alright, so we can't do these missions here. Although probably at that point, we'd probably just be able to rebuy the ship if we lose it, right? If we lose the ship, maybe at that point, our ships would be so good that if we lose it, we would have the money to rebuy it, right? So we should be within 10 jumps here. Yeah, we're within 8 jumps. So we're just going towards Caldera Stace. We can complete these ones. Blueprints, Tranquility Trade Tower. And then we just throw these on here, right? Throw these on here. Backs it. That'll take 5 days. That's alright. Plus the control system. Throw this up here. Backs that one. That one will take 5 days as well. And then as we see, our blueprints are slowly getting fully researched, right? It would be faster if we had this laboratory operation skill that we keep throwing on here, right? We keep throwing a laboratory operation on here, and then we just keep taking it off. Throw it on here, and then we take it off. It's for like a laboratory operation. It would be amazing. Would be amazing to have 9 jobs. Would be amazing to have 9 science jobs going at once, right? Instead of 5 of them. That'd be an extra 4 slots to make 15 million, I guess. Guess we looked at it. Each blueprint fully researched is worth about 15 million. So if we had 4 more slots, that'd be like another 60 million worth of blueprints that we could research when they're fully researched. So that's definitely something to think about, right? But then the reason that we haven't traded it is because we keep looking at our skill tree. We're like, in the time that we could trade this in 3.5 days, we could trade things that help us, right? I guess this would help you, right? Money might help you. Money might help you in the future. This thing just gives you pure money once you actually research it. Pure, easy AFK money, right? So I wonder if we should use skill points towards it, right? It is instant memory, so you probably don't want to do that in 9 hours. You probably want to use them on other skills, right? So let's just go here. There's gate caps, right? So we're actually going straight through the gate caps, right? He has a rupture here. He's looking to gate cap people and steal all their stuff. There's a whole bunch of people. I think has there been a whole bunch of the last few jumps, right? So they sit there, they scan people, they watch people, and if anybody's coming up with anything expensive, they'll blow up your ship. So we know that, right? Maybe we should set up a scanning ship to do that, right? We just set up a scanning ship, sit in front of the trade hub or the perimeter warp gate, sit there, scan everybody that goes through, see their cargo and everything, scan to see what everything that they're wearing. There's more gate caps here, right? Here's a stabber gate capping. There's been a gate capper at every single gate. There's a lot of gate cappers today. Is it because it's not late? Usually, because we're on really late, right? It's not too late, right? Day resets in 6 hours. Tomorrow we get a hat. Or we get a hat, 14, 15. And then we're almost done. And then we get 50,000 skill points, right? Which we actually got the 25,000 skill points from the skilling spree. So just logging in, killing 10 NPCs, 25,000 skill points. That sounds amazing, right? So we're just 4 jumps away from this place. So I guess we can see it doesn't even take long, right? The shuttle warps so quick. So 1.77. So it doesn't seem to be affected by inertia really, right? So if you go to here, it says that the base stats like that. Base acceleration rate. Or maybe that's with our acceleration rate. We're not 100% sure. So this should be what it is with our stats modifying it, right? So I guess it doesn't show the align time to warp. It doesn't actually show that to the other window that we were just thinking about, right? So there's 3 jumps from Jinnah, the main trade hub. So I think we're going to insta-dock. I think we usually insta-dock. I'm not sure if it really matters, right? We're just flying a shuttle that's worth $20,000 and we're not carrying anything. And it flies and aligns so quick. People could blow them up though, right? Shuttles are good for transporting blueprints. You can just bring blueprints in the shuttle and nobody can kill you. Unless you're not instant docking at the station, that is, right? So we'll see if there's any gate cappers along the way, right? There's 2 more jumps. Maybe we'll find some of them. There's nobody here, right? No caps at this one. No caps here. So what else are we talking about, right? So we're just doing this video, right? Because we didn't really make too many videos. I guess there wasn't a reason to, right? We've done all these security missions. We've done videos of them. So here's the security missions we did, right? We just did all these ones here. This one was difficult, I think. The Damsel in Distress. Yeah, that one was ridiculously difficult. That was another hard mission. It's because everybody attacks you as soon as you go there. There's so much damage. Our armor went down so quick. Luckily, there's nothing that could warp scrabble you or anything, right? We had to warp out many times. It's just one of those missions where you warp in, kill 2 or 3 enemies. Warp out, warp in, kill 2 or 3 enemies. So it's gotten a little bit better, right? With our repair module on our battle cruiser. It's definitely got a little bit better. I wonder if we should go for the planetary interaction or something, right? If we just have a planetary interaction on something, just in like a low security somewhere, or we can maybe find something even like a high security somewhere, right? If we find the right thing. So let's just do this. Locations, Jita Instant Dock, warp 20 kilometers. Yeah, there's no questions. So there's no cappers here. There's no cappers right there. We want... there's no cappers there. There's no caps. So there we go. We finally made it to Jita, right? So as we're learning, Jita's actually not as scary as we thought it was, right? Jita's not actually too scary. Jita's not too bad. Here's all the caps. Here's all the cappers, right? They sit here in Jita all the time. They just talk. Attack anybody who comes here. Attack anyone who comes here if they're carrying lots of money on them. If you're carrying lots of money on here, they might come and kill you. So we wanted to do here, right? Ship hangar. We wanted to bring our Gallente ships down to Gallente space. Like our good ones, right? I want to bring this Tristan over here that we made. So if we go to like ship fittings and stuff, right? We have our Tristan over here. This thing should be good for flying in a Gallente space, right? We'd want to replace this thing with a Merlin, maybe? Or a Condor or something. I think the Condor, that's the, what is it? Tackling ship. It's kind of hard to tell what is the equivalent of each ship, right? So we'd have to go check that out. We know that this is that one. This is the, like, the Merlin then, right? Is this kind of like the Merlin? Oh, no, it's not. This would be like the Merlin. So this is kind of like the Merlin, right? It just has armor repair instead of shield resistance. Plus it has that damage. And then this would be like the Atron, right? That'd be like the shield boosting ship. Light missile ship. That'd be the scanning ship. So I guess this is like the Tristan then, right? This is the Atron. This is the Tristan. Is that right? Is that the Atron? No, this is the Atron. Atron, Ishtar, and then what was that ship? Atron, Tristan, Navitus. Alright. So, what we wanted to do here is just move our Tristan over to Gallente space. So we just boarded this ship here, right? We have everything here. We have everything fit. I guess these things are just to make us move faster, right? Maybe we could refit it for something. Maybe refit it for something if we need to, right? I guess this thing was for running a creator agent mission super quick. I guess we should keep this ship how it is, right? Should we leave it here? Cause what's the point of bringing all these ships over to Gallente space, right? What does that truly accomplish? 4.9 billion. I guess if we're running anything in Gallente space, we already have our ships. So I wonder why these aren't online. So there we go. We got a civilian relic analyzer. I don't think we need this thing. I don't think we need a civilian relic analyzer. So I wonder if we should try to fit these ships out here and then take them over there, right? Damage control is just good for that, but... So what do we need on this ship? Should we even try to figure it out? I think we should think about things, right? So we got to the culinary train station, and then we just have to rethink and figure out what we're actually doing. Alright, so we're back. So we thought about it, right? We took a quick break. We were looking at things. We're trying to figure out what exactly are we trying to do. So what we're trying to do is get the ships into their faction home space and get them fit so that they are as good as they can be for their home space. So what that means is since we have this explosive armor reinforcer rig, right? So if we simulate fit, it's going to say we get a bonus to explosive resistance. But as we found out, we don't actually need explosive resistance in the Gallente space, right? So it's just an exit simulation. Let's just destroy this thing, right? So how much was this thing? How much does this thing cost? So we destroy 1.3 billion just because we don't need the medium armor reinforcement, right? We don't need explosive resistance on this ship. All that we need is what kinetic and thermal. So we see the equal resistance of kinetic and thermal. And what kind of user beard it as a base, right? I know that we don't need this damage control actually, so this just gives 10% armor resistances, right? So we took that off. And then we went down here. And then we went to low slots, Holland armor. There's armor hardeners. This is what we were looking for, right? So we just need to get some kinetic armor hardeners. See what the Tech 2 one was, what the requirements is, right? 7 days. So this also requires Hall 5. That's right, we have to get a Hall Upgrades 5 to use the Tech 2 ones. So we can also upgrade that with beta modules, right? Because out of this one, add a bit of resistance, but this would add more resistance, and we'd be able to use it longer, or we'd be able to fit more things on it. So not 100% sure exactly what we're going to need. If we're going to need the enduring or the compact one. I think the enduring one might be a good option, right? 3148. Compact one just saves so much CPU space, right? It's the difference. They're exactly the same. One just requires less capacitator use, right? Let's just check the compact one, maybe, right? Compact one just gives a whole bunch of extra CPU. Try the compact kinetic armor hardener, right? Then we need a thermal, right? Compact thermal hardener. Try that thing. So we got that. That'll bring our resistances up to 63%. And then there's other things, right? 1 minute, 16 seconds. Yeah, because we're going to be getting modules to increase our regeneration rate, right? So let's just buy these things. We'll just buy these compact ones. We'll just buy these just because it frees up some extra space. That way we can maybe put some better guns on the ship, right? So we got the thermal. We got the kinetic. Got the kinetic armor hardener. So we can just exit simulation here. We know what these two modules are, right? Kinetic thermal resistance. And then this plate here, right? 800 millimeter plate. So let's just show information variations. So there's like the compact or the tungsten. So let's just go down here, right? So we can simulate fit. Look at this one, unfit module, and just go through here, I guess, right? We have the medium armor repair Tech 2 module, so we can actually put the Tech 2 module on it, right? So let's do that. We have like armor plate, armor repair. Is it a medium Tech 2? I guess medium does fit, right? Medium doesn't take too much space. Yeah, so it takes a bit more space, but I imagine it repairs a lot more. So let's do that. Let's get the medium armor repair 2 unit. Since we haven't researched, right, we have the skills to be able to use it. It costs 1.5 million, but it'll help our armor repair be a little bit better. And the drone damage amplifier, did we get the Tech 2 version of it, right? Requirements, yeah, we did. So I think this one was a bit too, oh no, maybe. Maybe we can put this on too, right? Increase our drone damage for a little bit. So now it's pretty much exactly like the mirror did set up almost. So we exit simulation here. Get these two things off, right? Now we can upgrade those. So we got a better armor repair unit. And we got a better drone damage unit. So I make our drones do a bit more damage. And then we just need to upgrade this thing, right? So we couldn't get the Tech 2 version until we got Hall Upgrades 5, I believe. Or maybe we don't need that. I have to check. So if we go to Hall Upgrades, no, it's armor plates. Armor plates, I think 800 was the ones that fit. 800 millimeters should fit. So let's just check requirements for these ones. 7 days, that's also Hall Upgrades 5. So you can use the compact ones or the restrained ones. So this just gives you a little bit more movement speed and better line time. It's like barely anything, right? So think about the compact ones, right? 325,000. So let's do that. We'll just buy the compact ones. It says that we don't have enough power grid to use it. Why don't we have enough power grid to use it? I'm sure we do have enough to use it. So we can just buy this one. This one's pretty much the same thing. I think it just adds a little bit more armor, right? Let's just check. So this one would bring our armor to 4,300. And these would bring it to 4,600. So another 300 armor pretty much just by choosing the beta module, right? So we upgraded. We got an extra 300 armor by switching this thing out, right? Just use the regular one, and there we go. So we got that upgraded. Now we have to try to upgrade some other things. So I wonder if the web of fire was good, right? Because I think our problem with our battle cruiser, it's just the frigates, I guess. We just have trouble hitting enemies. So imagine if we had like a web of fire, it might make it easier to hit enemies. So we did have the drone navigation on him, right? It's Tech 2 one. Took 5 days to get it. So let's just throw afterburner up here, right? So as soon as we get this, we can get a Tech 2 afterburner for what? Cruisers. Oh no, everything. 100 MN, 1000 MN. So we get the Tech 2 afterburners for every ship then, right? So we can upgrade this to Tech 2 in the near future, right? So let's just go here, variations. Or we can even do that right now, right? We can spend some skill points. Requirements is just 31 minutes. So let's check this out, right? Let's simulate fit, get rid of this thing. Let's just check the propulsion modules, right? What's the price difference between it? So we're using the 10 MN, right? 10 MN. Alright. So using the 10 MN, 100 doesn't fit. Let's just see, movement speed is 468, right? And then 1 MN. So we're just looking at the 10 MN. So there's what, the enduring one and the compact one. So it's exactly the same then. There's the enduring and the compact one. Increasing movement speed a little bit more, right? 468, 489, 510. 510. It costs 3 million to get it, right? So it costs 3 million to get the Tech 2 afterburner. This one just costs 15,000. So we get the compact or the enduring one, right? Maybe we could just get the compact one. Maybe let's try to get the compact one for most of them, right? Compact one. So this one just costs 13,000. That's it. So we can upgrade our afterburner here, right? They might do the same for the other ships in the near future here. Do the same for the other ships. So this will just make it travel a little bit faster, and I think maybe it's even a little bit cheaper or something. Something we needed was like the batteries, right? I think this thing was increasing our power grid. Or just increasing our recharge rate. Increasing our recharge rate. Alright. So what if now we could upgrade our guns, right? I think we're just using dual 150 millimeters. Maybe we could use different guns. So let's just figure out what goes here first, right? We'll just put that battery over there. We'll put the battery engineering medium. Do we use a medium? Medium or small? Looks like medium would fit with our guns, right? That would increase our cap recharge rate tremendously. 2.33. So we'll just get this one, compact battery. Buy the medium compact as the battery, right? This is increasing our recharge rate so we can stay out there, so we can fire our weapons longer, and so we can repair our armor better. And let's just get this thing, right? Variations. Enduring or compact? I guess we have to actually go over it, right? We have to find it, then hover over it, then see what the difference is, right? Electronic warfare, is this it? Target painters. Compact or enduring? Oh, there's a scoped one too. There's a different one. It just gives you a little tiny bit more CPU. So what does this mean? This just increased the range, right? Range is like optimal range is 33 instead of 30. Alright. So let's get the enduring one. Get the enduring target painter. This way we could use it longer. X simulation. We'll just get that. So we upgraded 2 more things on the ship, right? Upgraded that. We got a better target painter. And we got the battery for the ship. And maybe we could upgrade the guns now, right? So everything's done except for the guns. dual 250mm. So we have to figure out some type of guns to fit on this ship. And we might get some new rigs on the ship, right? I think this thing we need, just to increase our drone control range, right? Increases it from 35 up to 50. So this thing seems important. It just requires a lot of CPU to actually use it, right? So we just increase the recharge rate. Alright. So let's look at weapons then. Look at weapons here. Turret launchers, hybrid turrets. I think we're using railguns, right? We just like using railguns. We like using these ones. CPU 28. We're using the smallest ones, right? We're actually using the smallest ones. That takes 200 power grids, so we couldn't fit 4 of them. I wonder if we fit these, right? 200mm. Give it a little bit more range, maybe, right? So we need more power grid. So what we can do, search for rigs, go to power grid, rigs, engineering, medium engineering rigs, and see which ones give us more power grid, right? So is this one right here. This one. So if we got 2 of them, so if we got 2 of these things, but it wouldn't quite do it. I wouldn't quite do it with 2 of them. But I guess these things, we get alternate versions of them, right? The 200mm railguns. Pretty sure there's supposed to be different versions of them, right? We accidentally just put the regular versions on them. We want to get the beta versions of them. So we're just looking for the 200mm that'll fit maybe, right? So 89, 426, 95. All that are pretty much better, right? So this one's prototype, compressed, and carbide. And scout accelerator. So there's just actually more different guns that we were thinking for. Oh, that's right. That's right. They actually go by a beta, right? So all you have to do, we're searching for the 200mm guns, right? Show information. Variations. So you can just compare, right? Compare. Pretty sure the guns are actually different. Or it's just there's a better version, right? All the versions are just better. So we just go beta. Where's the beta level? Here's the beta level. Yeah. Right. So the damage, maybe optimal range or something. Maybe power grid usage, CPU usage, maybe tracking, activation cost, maybe reload time. Then it's just compare all these, right? So 200mm is the basic gun, and then the CPU usage goes down. Power grid usage stays the same. So the carbide railgun. 26, 39, 26. Looks like this prototype Gauss gun is probably the best one to get. Yeah, it has the most damage, has the most range, so it's the Tech 4 one, right? Tech 4 pretty much, or a beta module. It's a Tech 1 module, but it seems to be like it's the best version of it. The activation cost goes down, so capacitator lasts better, right? So let's check this one, 200M prototype Gauss gun. 200M prototype Gauss gun. No, 200M prototype Gauss gun. We still can't fit them. We fit them without this thing. We fit it without that. That the really takes anything. So you have to figure this out then, right? Do we put this down to a 400mm plate? No, I guess this thing. I guess we were supposed to put a 800mm plate. So we just have to figure out this last thing, right? We have to figure out this last thing. Compact. Everything's compact pretty much, right? We see a little bit more of that. We don't have enough power grid. 200mm. Do we just go back to the dual 150mm then? Our targeting range will go down. We'd have to think about that, right? What do we even do? We need some more power grid. Let's just go back to the 150s, right? We were using the 150s. Let's just figure out what the 150 beta module 4 is, right? Dual 150 prototype Gauss gun, right? Attributes, beta level 4. Dual 150mm prototype Gauss gun. So I guess they're kind of named the same, right? If you were to put this thing on, these things. We'd have a little bit less range. We do a little bit less damage, but we'd be able to use them. Look how much extra power grid we actually have. Look at what the power grid difference is compared to those, right? 133. Sure, we have room for them. There has to be a way to put them on, right? We just have to get rid of something here. Maybe we'll pause the video. We'll think about it. We have to figure out how to fit this ship. Alright, so we figured it out. We actually figured it out. See, we still have power grid negative 28.3. So if we take this medium armor repair to 368 HP, right? Unfit this, put the compact armor repair. So that repairs like 317, but we can actually fit it, right? Power grid just barely 1.7. CPU. So this allows us to get better weapons with farther range, and we can fit everything perfectly. And we have more cap recharge rate with this thing, right? So what if we do that then? So let's just do this, right? We'll buy all these things. So we buy the 200mm prototype gun. So we actually got the 200mm gun, right? All we had to do was just sacrifice a little bit of a armor repair. Oh, there's just one available, that's it. So we buy one from him. Now you have to buy a 3 from this guy. So there we go, we upgraded that. Was there anything else here? I think we needed to buy this thing. So this thing's just like 28,000, that's it. It's in the station, yep. And I think that was it, right? We need to buy 2 of these things, maybe? They cost like 3 million each? Does this cost 3 million? I didn't think they were going to cost 3 million. I didn't think they were going to cost that much. These things are so expensive, right? 3 billion. We're just throwing a 3 billion module on this ship. So that'd make the ship worth like 30 billion or something. We're just making a super expensive ship for people to go destroy, right? It's all just in the rigs or something. We have this thing. I wonder if we should just stick with Tech 1 modules, right? Attributes. View market details. Maybe let's just stick with Tech 1 modules, right? If we go at Tech 1 modules, then the cost of the ship goes down. And we could even maybe use different modules, right? There's no difference. Let's just do that. Let's just do that to bring the cost down, right? So it's X simulation. Pretty sure we bought some things. Let's just try to keep the cost of the ship down. Try to keep it relatively down, right? So we just have to get these new guns we got. Or maybe we might put that on. We're not 100% sure. We'd still have to decide, right? So what are we going to be using this ship for, right? So got the dual 200 prototype guns. We were able to fit these things, maybe. Yeah, we know that. There's maybe going to be some power. So we got this. Unfit this. We got the compact one. Medium compact armor repair. World tungsten plates. Prototype compacts. Drone damage amplifier 2. Let's just use the drone damage amplifier 1, right? The cost is a whole lot less. We got these. Maybe we'll just stick with Tech 1 modules, right? Stick with Tech 1s. And I guess maybe we have to use the 150 things, right? Because you don't want to buy expensive rigs that's going to be like 6 billion just to make it so we can use this thing, right? So let's go buy the dual 150 prototype Gauss ones, right? Dual 150 prototype Gauss guns. Which would just basically be upgraded the guns that we had on the ship. So we buy these, and we can actually fit it, right? So 150 prototype guns. So I wonder if we have to put the bigger guns on a bigger ship or something. So if we take this off, right? We have so much extra power grid, so much extra CPU. Not sure how we're supposed to take advantage of that, right? How are we supposed to take advantage of it? Yeah, it almost goes like 500 meters per second. So how do we take advantage of it, right? We've got a whole bunch of extra power grid, CPU. Are we supposed to be using 400 millimeter plates, right? Let's just check something. Maybe these plates are too big, right? Let's just take a look at the armor plates here. Let's just go down here, right? Hull and armor. So what is this supposed to go? Maybe this is for frigates. Maybe this is for destroyers. Maybe this is for cruisers. Maybe this is for battle cruisers. Maybe this is for battleships. So I think that's it. I think these go on frigates. These go on destroyers. These go on cruisers. These go on battle cruisers. So that's that problem. We figured that out. We have more CPU. It's just we're using too big of an armor plate for our ship, right? So let's just go with the compact ones. That makes sense, right? It doesn't matter for moving a little bit slower. So all we had to do was search at that, right? We know that those go on frigates, those go on destroyers, these go on cruisers here. So we figured that out just by looking at the list, right? So we go here. That was our problem. That was our problem. This thing's made for battle cruisers, right? We go with the 400 millimeter plates. There we go. Now we can actually fit the guns we're looking to fit on here. Do a 150 millimeters, 200 millimeter prototypes. So let's just throw these on here. These actually should fit now. Oh, just barely, right? So we need to do something then. I think we do want this to get a battery recharge rate, right? This gives recharge rate. So maybe we just get one of those things, right? Because we need more power to put this gun on. Need more power. We'll just buy one of them. We go to rigs. We need to buy one power engineering rig. So it's going to cost 3 billion, right? Simulate fit. Hover over it to make sure it is, right? So this will give us enough power to do that. Or can we take power out of somewhere, right? This doesn't take power. We're just trying to figure out how to get a little bit of power from our ship at the moment. That barely does anything. We're just looking for something that might take much power. This thing takes much power, right? So I wonder if we don't need this thing. What if we could just put this in the rig slot or something? Disable this, right? Disable that. And then we got power again. Alright, so we figured that out. So that's supposed to be so we should be using a medium, right? Medium should be for like cruisers and battle cruisers. Maybe large is for battleship. We're just trying to figure what everything goes on, right? So I wonder if we just get how much are these things, right? These things are 1 billion. They're a lot cheaper. And it would increase our recharge cap rate, right? Semiconductor. So we got this one here. 1.45. 1.36. 1.45. Do we buy them? Or do we buy armor rigs? I guess armor rigs wouldn't make too much difference, right? We'd just be getting a little bit more resistance. I think we already have resistance. Armor rigs were expensive too, right? How much are they, right? 1.4 million, 1.4 million, 1.4 million. Armor resistance rigs are so expensive. We already have drone control range. We already have that. All it does is just increase their accuracy. The other one we're thinking about. So let's just check something. Where's the inventory? Here's the inventory. If we could put this on. If we could put that on. 224, right? 224. So I think we might actually get that, right? Just because it adds so much. It's just that's 145. We'll actually get that then, right? Engineering rigs. We need a little bit more power on the thing. A little bit more power. So it'd be like 3 billion, right? So we'd have to buy one of them. You have to buy one of them. And there we go. So I think the ship is complete. Yeah, I think the ship's all done. So we got ammunition. We upgraded 2 different weapons, right? We got all this here. We got like drones in here. We got the Vexor, medium auxiliary current router, semiconductor, medium drone, control range thing, drone navigation computer. We got hobgoblins and resistances, right? Guns, damage amplifier, salvage drones. We got 8 of them, alright. Afterburners, the battery, armor repair. So we can even put the better armor repair on, right? We got some extra power grid for the ship now. So we put a better armor repair back on. So we can put the better armor repair back on then. So we got that. If we go like this, we can't use this, right? 190, alright. So I think we're getting pretty close, right? Drone damage is 119. 124. So what are the attributes, right? Medium hybrid turret damage, drone damage. Do we get this one for the drone damage, or do we do it for the hybrid turrets? We're not sure. So let's just fill us with ammunition then, right? Iridium is the long range one, right? So let's check. Show charge information. 20% increased range, 24% reduced capacitor need. Alright. So let's just get some, make sure the drones are in here, right? We just have these in here. Let's just check something, right? Well, I guess just the small drones, right? This will just be for like level 2 equivalent missions. It would just be fighting destroyers and frigates and destroyers and maybe cruisers. If it's fighting cruisers, I guess we got the guns for it. So let's just go here, go to the ammo, right? See if we have any ammo. We got iridium charges, that's what this is, right? Iridium charge. Alright. So let's go here. Like 2,000 ammo, maybe? That would work. Antimatter charges. We'll just throw like 2,000 ammo here. 2,000 ammo. And we're ready to go. So I think the ship's complete. I think we finished making it. We got these things, we got everything. I think we just have to head out, right? Power grid, we got extra power grid, got extra CPU if we were going to use it for something. Should we try to get like 2 bigger guns? Maybe we just keep all grouped together. We just get the same type of guns. Guess it doesn't matter too much that we have extra. So we got thermal kinetic resistance. We got thermal kinetic damage, right? Almost 200 DPS. So let's just bring this ship there then, right? We got everything. We got the drones. We got salvage drones. And maybe we need medium drones. That's what we wanted to check. If we go to mastery, it says this is a medium drone ship, right? Medium drones. So we'll just buy some medium drones for it too, right? This could send out 5. So let's just do that. Go to regional market, buy drones. Light scout drones. I think we're looking for a medium, right? Medium scout drones. I was looking for hammerheads. So we have these on the Marauder, right? The Mirrodin, whatever that other ship is, the battle cruiser we got. 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need to be able to get 5 of these. Pretty sure you should be able to control 5 of them, right? So I guess we literally just need 5 salvage drones. That's it. They never get blown up or anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just in case those get blown up. And then we just throw these in here. And how much space does he have? What? Must have threw it in here by accident. There we go. So we still got room for one more thing, right? So it's just by one more hammerhead. That would just give us a backup just in case that would get killed or something. And then I'm not sure if we salvage, right? salvage usually doesn't give too much for like small ships. I guess there's no reason not to keep them in there. So there we go. We got to get a cruiser fit for a Gallente space area, right? This thing should do good for a Gallente space. So we're going to do that. We're just going to take this ship, bring it over to the Gallente place, which is what? Dodixie? Set destination? So that's going to be 15 jumps to bring this ship over there. And they might come back, might come do the same thing with the Tristan, might get it set up. So what are these power cord things? I guess they're important, right? We need these to be able to use the weapon, that's right. I guess this thing just gives a regen, right? We just have a one of those power things. Wonder how important this is. Right? Would it make more sense to do this, right? There's always so many options with doing these things, right? Always so many options. If we go to like armor ranks, right? These things were expensive, that's right. It would just increase resistance by 10. 63 up to 73. So I guess another like 10% resistance compared to that thing. That's what we were just trying to check. So there we go. We got this ship fit out. So we refit this just so it works in Gallente space. Set our destination over there. I wonder if we want a damage control as we're flying it over there, maybe, right? Throw us in here. Get some type of damage control. Just in case somebody tries to attack us for some reason as we're warping over there. So we don't have anything too blingy, right? We just got a few rigs. We don't even have any Tech 2 modules on here except for the medium armor repair and this thing. Then we just got like drones. So we'll do that. I'll dock for the station. Go jump over there. And maybe we'll come back at the Gallente place. And then we'll come back up here. Maybe pick up the Tristan. Maybe set up the Tristan in the same way or something. Except that we're using it for running career agent missions, right? So let's just go over here. Jump. And if we make it safely to a Gallente space, then we'll be back, right? So I think we just have to keep these things activated. I'm thinking it was going to attack a cruiser ship or something. But we might as well keep them active, right? So it's going to be 15 jumps. 15 jumps. By the time we get there, afterburner will be done, scientific will be done, and then it's just these things, right? So we'll come back. There's the gate cap, right? Are they going to let us through with our ship? I guess we don't have anything. They're not looking for us. They're looking for transport ships transporting things worth money so that they can steal it. Alright, so we got our cruiser over here, right? So we can just take this damage control off then and just put this drone damage control on. And there we go. So we're doing like 256 DPS with these antimatter charges. So that's alright. We got our Vexor over here. So we got the Vexor in the Gallente space. And now we just need to go pick up the Tristan, right? So just go back to Jeddah, set destination. We'll just search the marketplace for a shuttle, right? We just open up the ship tree, right? Open up the ship tree. We're going to the Caldari place. So we'll just see if we can buy a Caldari shuttle to fly up there then. Or should we just buy a Gallente shuttle? This way, if we're ever coming back in it, then we can fly the Gallente shuttle back, right? Maybe we should try to get a bunch of different types of shuttles depending on where we're going, right? We never flew this one before. So we can just buy the Gallente shuttle. It'll just help us get there quicker. So we just board it. Then we go fly up there. Yeah, because eventually we're just going to have all these different types of shuttles everywhere. Do we really want to bring this one up there? I'm not sure. Let's just stick with the plaid, right? So let's just buy the Caldari one. We'll just buy the Caldari one. We'll just keep all Caldari ships in Caldari space. We'll just keep all Gallente ships in Gallente space. I'll just keep all Minotaur ships in Minotaur space. So we'll just do that. Board the Caldari shuttle. We're going back to the Caldari place. Go back there. I think you have to pick up the Algos, actually, right? We'll go refit the destroyer, pick up the destroyer, bring the destroyer over here, and then we just have to go pick up the frigate, right? Refit the frigate. I don't know if we have to refit it up there, right? Wonder if we should just make a new frigate. Maybe we could make a new Tristan frigate, right? Keep that one as just the career agent running frigate for now or something. It wouldn't cost too much to make it, right? It would just cost like 5 billion or something to make a new one. Wait, I think about it. We should go pick up our destroyer up there. We should go pick up our destroyer just because I think we had some rigs on it. If we had some rigs on a ship, maybe we'll pick it up, right? The cruiser and the destroyer ship. The battle cruiser's already in Gallente space. So we'll come back after we get back there. Maybe we'll actually just fit out the ship before we head out. Then just say, this is what we changed, just so we're not sitting there looking at it, everything again. Although we do have a good idea, right? We figured out how to figure out which the plates goes on it. It's like 100 mn or 200 mn. And same with everything else, right? We got some guns on it. We just have to figure out what type of guns. We have to upgrade from Tech 1 up to Beta modules, because they're a little bit better. Alright, so we got another little clip here. So it won't be too long on this one, right? So this destroyer that we made to run the Sisters of Eve arc, it pretty much has the same thing, right? We're just using basic modules, so we can upgrade these to Beta 4 modules. And we have the explosive armor reinforcer, right? We don't need that thing. We don't need explosive resistance as Gallente. So let's just destroy that thing, right? We don't need that. We can put something else in that space. And we can get like the Tech 2 small armor repair. And it looks like we just have one space. Looks like we actually just have one space for a hardener, right? So you'd have to figure that out then. So you'd have to figure out what do we do with one space as a hardener. Let's just start with the weapons, right? I think the weapons would give us some more power grid, right? So let's just go here, go to weapons. I think we have to actually show information to figure out 125mm prototype Gauss gun. 125mm prototype Gauss gun. So we're just getting these small rail guns. We're getting the medium one, right? 25mm prototype Gauss gun. So they cost like 500,000. Those are pretty expensive, I guess. So we need what? 5 of them? We need 5 of them. View market details. Why are they so expensive? So let's get 3 of them then. Or should it be a simulated fit, right? CPU 71, power grid 3. So we'll just get rid of these things, right? Switch them out for the upgraded ones. Switch them out for these ones. And we still got 3 power grid. Prototype costs. I thought there was supposed to be what's going on here? This is the beta level 4 one, right? Fitting 11 and 7, right? Compared to this one, fitting 14 and 7. Oh, the CPU is probably a lot better than it doesn't do anything to the power grid. So I wonder if we don't put this on. That doesn't bring too much power grid back. Maybe it's something here, right? I guess that adds a little bit of damage. But I take all of our power grid. We don't have too much power grid on this ship, right? I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing, that we don't have too much power grid on here. So we'd have to kind of figure out that then, right? So if we got these, we'll just do that. We'll just get the upgraded ones, right? Or should we go with blasters on this ship? We're not 100% sure. Maybe go with blasters or railguns. Blasters or railguns. It's just we don't like going up close range. We don't like going up close range. Let's just go with railguns then. Railguns, medium. So I wonder if we should put blasters on our cruiser ship, right? Because we're rethinking everything, right? Maybe blasters go on frigates. Maybe railguns go on destroyers. Maybe here, maybe blasters go on cruisers. Maybe railguns go on battle cruisers, right? That's you sit here and rethink everything. So let's just do that. We got the 125mm prototype Gauss gun. We didn't buy them yet, right? Show information. Show variations. view market details. I just want to make sure we didn't buy them, right? 25mm railgun. Alright. So we'll just buy these then. 1, 2, 3. This would upgrade our DPS, right? Yeah, this is the destroyer, so we'll be using these things. So we need to get 5 of them, and then we can put this on our ship, and this ship would make this ship able to fit more things. Oh, we don't want that thing. We want all prototype guns, right? So that works. That gives us a little bit more CPU. And then we have to figure out some type of armor hardener, right? So when do we get the reactive one? Just because we got one spot, right? Kinetic and thermal. Give us like 42% resistances. 42% resistances. It doesn't take that much power. It just takes CPU, right? 61%. But the reactive hardener. So I wonder if we should be looking at this thing, right? It says we can only fit a 1 onto the ship, spread 60% over the 4 damage types, starting at 15%, and then it raises damage depending on the type of damage that's coming, right? Only one of this module may be fitted on the ship. So that would increase up at 15, and then it would line up to 60% divided between those. So it'd be like 30% for each of them or something? 30% for each of them if we're trying to get the kinetic and thermal resistances, right? That increases the cost up so much, right? 1.5 million. I guess this thing costs like 230,000. Because you think about a Gallente space, this is supposed to be equal kinetic, equal thermal damage, right? And with this ship, we can't do that. Because we do like to put plates on it, right? What if we take the plates off? That'll lower armor about, right? Then this thing, I guess it takes like 5 seconds to heal it. 5 seconds to heal it. That would give us a chance to put these on, right? It'd give us a chance to put 2 of these on. 2 of these things on. 61. Well, let's get the reactive hardener, right? View market details. Let's make sure that it fit. Make sure it fits. Looks like it fits. So let's get this thing, reactive hardener. Looks like since we only have one spot on the destroyer, this thing would pretty much spread it between the 2 of them as they're attacking. So we need equal resistance to both of them, right? So let's just do that. Throw this on here, reactive armor hardener. We don't have 2 spots to put the other ones on, but this should change to align to the resistances that we need, which should be those 2. But it just starts at like 15% at the beginning, right? But I guess that's what this armor plates is for. Maybe that's what this is for. This armor plates here, so that we have extra armor, so it gives this time to react to the damage types to realign to it while this heals us, right? Maybe that's maybe something like that. So now we have to figure out ammunition, right? Ammo. Pretty sure we have iridium and antimatter, right? So there's no antimatter in here. Usually use iridium because it has farther range, right? But this has like more DPS. So this is that. Take these out. Throw the iridium in here. Just because we like to start with far range, right? It's only 20 kilometers, that's it. It's just 20 kilometers, that's it. So let's just do the same thing. Throw like 2,000 ammo in here. Throw 2,000 ammo in here. We don't need anything like power grid. This just increases their movement speed, right? So I wonder if we don't need this, because this ship increases, right? 25% bonus to drone max velocity. That would open up this spot to put something else in here. I'm not sure what else we would put there, right? We have one extra spot up here as well, right? So maybe up there is where the probe scatter is supposed to go, right? High slot. This thing, the core probe launcher, would this thing fit? Does it take a lot of CPU or something? Because that's one extra spot. We could put like, is that like the only thing we could put there maybe? Not sure what else we would put there that wouldn't take a hard turn point, right? Oh, I guess this thing. I guess that thing. Maybe that makes sense. We'll just check simulate fit, right? This thing, we wouldn't be able to use it, right? It uses a lot of CPU, but it would increase our drone control range up to 55 kilometers. Even though our targeting range is 46 kilometers, we have to range that, but I guess that would make sense. But I'm not sure if they're ever like that far away, right? What else would we put in the top slot? Engineering equipment, we've got energy neutralizers, maybe an energy neutralizer or something. Which faction was it that used those things, right? Gallente Federation. It shows what you use, right? Censored happening. Should we be using censored happening on these ships? I wonder if that's up here. Is this censored happening? Cloaking devices, tractor beams, automated target systems, neutralizers, cab transmitters. Because I think that's for like a Minotaur or something. Remote shield boosters. Remote armor repairs, smart bombs, turns to bays. Where did those go? Where did these go? Right, the censored happening. Is it at the mid slot? Electronic warfare. Remote censored happeners. I wonder if we should be putting these on the ship. This is like what these people specialize in, right? We should also be doing that, I guess. We should specialize in their electronic warfare. Use their electronic warfare on the ships. See if that helps, right? Requires a medium power slot. Requirements is 2 days. So we can just use the Tech 1 one. And we can use the compact or the enduring or the scoped one. I think we'll just use the compact one for now, right? It just costs 6,000, that's it. So I think we're going to have to buy one of these for the Vexor Cruiser as well, right? So if I buy one of these things cost 8,000. We don't have the skill book to use it, right? You don't possess all the skills to use it. So it is used for this faction. We just need to get a sensor linking one, which I think it shows you the ship tree, right? We go to here, go to the Minotaur, go to the mastery tree, sensor linking one. So if we get sensor linking one, it unlocks those modules, and gives us the level 1 mastery certificate for the Minotaur. So as remote sensor dappers, right? As well as this one, 16 minutes. So I guess we just get the skill up, sensor linking one, and then it unlocks some things. So let's just, do we have it? No, it looks like we don't have it, right? So let's see if we can buy sensor linking in the station. How much is it here? 126,000, that's it. 125,000. Alright. So let's buy the sensor linking skill book. Looks like we might actually use it for something, right? It's in the Gallente skill tree. Looks like the ships use it. And I don't think we actually bought it, right? So we'll just get the compact one, maybe. Or the enduring one. Yeah, we'll just try the enduring one, right? Because usually I think they take quite a bit to actually cast them. It's in the item hanger. We might have bought it twice or something, right? So it was where? Right here. Enduring or the compact one, right? So let's just go here. Add it to the skill tree, right? Show information. Go to the skill tree. Go to the skill tree. And then just add it. Oh, we have to learn it. So you have to eject the skill book. Eject the skill book, drag this up onto here, and there's a new skill we learned about, right? So sensor linking, these would be Gallente specific skills, kind of, right? Use these, the sensor dampeners, remote sensor boosters. Oh, and it unlocks a whole bunch of other remote things, right? So I guess these are mostly like Gallente type modules. Maybe it's for other races too, right? There's sensor linking for the other ships too, right? Maybe not. What's it that's missing here? 4 hours. Small pistols, that's it. We're not sure. I guess that's it. Because these guys would specialize in a ECM, right? These guys would specialize in a weapon disruption. And these guys would specialize in web, stasis weapifying, and target painting. So we're not even supposed to be using target painting, right? We're not supposed to be using target painters. We're supposed to be using what? Warp prevention, sensor dampening. We're supposed to be using a sensor dampening instead of target painters. We're using the wrong thing. We're using the wrong thing, right? So let's try that. We'll get this. Maybe there's a script or something. Scatter resolution bonus. So I think it's supposed to be for the targeting range, right? I think we need a script for it. Show information. Use with scripts. Targeting range. It's the sensor dampening. That's just their lock speed, right? Maximum targeting range bonus. So let's just check it out, right? Reduces the range and speed of them, right? Attributes. Targeting range. Scatter resolution bonus. Yeah, scatter resolution bonus. So let's try that maximum targeting range, right? If we could lower their maximum targeting range, maybe they won't be able to target us, and then they would have to come closer to us. So let's do that. Scatter resolution. That just makes it so that they can't lock onto us as quick. Which once they lock onto us, I don't think it does anything. So buy this script. Yeah, it's inside the station. It seems expensive for some reason, right? 47,000 for a script. So let's throw us here. Target range. Ranged happening script. Throw it in there. And then I think we almost have things, right? Once this is active, it'll take most of our CPU. So we got the reactive hardener, right? Small armor repair. Oh, we can get the Tech 2 one, right? So we should be able to get it. Small armor repair. Show information. Buy the Tech 2 version of it, right? 665k. Then if we need like a power or something, we could maybe look at the rigs. Small armor 2. And everything was able to fit, right? Yeah, that should be able to fit when it's on. Exactly 0 power grid. Have enough CPU. And we just have to figure out what to put into our rig spots. So like put up here maybe, right? So we have that reactive. Oh, we get the compact one, right? We got the compact version of this. Variations. Compact. This was just 76,000, that's it. So there you go, it gives us an extra CPU to put something up there, right? So we probably could still put it up there, right? The drone upgrades. Because I think that would fit. Yeah, we just need some more CPU, right? So we just need a rig for it. 55. So let's buy this. 228,000. Put it up on this ship. And it'll just increase the drone control range. And then I think we just have to take off this thing, right? So that's gonna say we don't have enough CPU, but if we take that, oh no, that just increases our power grid. Alright. So we just need to get more CPU then, right? So just look at the rigs. Get some CPU rigs, engineering, right? Engineering rigs. And see what increases the CPU. This increases the CPU. It doesn't increase the CPU that much. So we're still trying to find things, right? Maybe we didn't change the afterburner yet. Maybe if we got the compact. Or I guess that's the enduring one. If we got that one, CPU. So we're still getting pretty close, right? I wonder if you don't need this thing, right? It seems like there's no reason not to get it. But I guess we'll just put that there, right? Let's just put that in the top slot, right? Maybe this is meant. Maybe this is actually meant for this thing to go here. Oh yeah, let's get rid of this, right? Maybe throw this thing up here. And that thing does fit, right? That thing fits. Ammunition. We'll just throw a Core Pro scatter. Maybe for the destroyers. Maybe for the destroyers, we'll just throw a Core Pro scatter up there. That'll give us a lot of extra CPU to do extra things. That thing takes up a lot of CPU. So let's go here. We'll fit out our destroyers. I think that's probably the right thing to do. Probably the right thing to do is to put these Core Probe scatters up here. fill it with ammunition, and it'll have enough power to use that. And then we just have to figure out what goes in the rig spot, right? So what if we just go with the shield rigs, right? So this thing's like a reactive hardener. Because we don't have extra spots on the bottom, right? If you go to armor rigs, we don't have enough spots to increase our resistances, right? So go with like the kinetic one, 300,000. Oh, these are cheaper, right? 300,000, 300,000, 300,000 compared to the other ones that were like 1.3 billion. So this thing just increases our damage by like 4 DPS, right? Just increases damage by 4 DPS. It's not sure if we need it, right? It's just increases our warp speed. So let's just take this thing off. Small hybrid collision accelerator. All this thing does is increase our DPS by 4. So it costs 554,000. So we'll just destroy that. DPS goes down by 4. Wish we could move that thing, right? So I wonder if we should move this thing too, right? What if warping isn't too important on this ship? We'll just start the ship here. So now that we need thermal, and kinetic. So I wonder if we should have actually got the armor rigs for the other ship. So let's just do this. Armor, small armor rigs. Kinetic. Add thermal, right? And then we'll just do that. That brings them up to 63% like the other ship. And then it might go up higher as well. So add the small thermal reinforcer. Add the small kinetic reinforcer, right? Then we just have to figure out what goes on the other spot. Maybe that module that increases our capacitor recharge rate, right? Maybe that'll be something to put on there. So if we got these two things, throw those on. I think we usually just put the armor rigs up here. Resistance rigs. Then we got the kinetic and thermal resistance like we need on the Gallente ship. And then we just need to figure out what the last thing is, right? So do we just go with the engineering rigs? It just increases our cap recharge rate. Barely increases our cap recharge rate though. 0.43. So there has to be something better than that, right? Maybe the drone control range, would that fit? No, I guess it wouldn't. So we still have to figure out this last thing, right? Still have one more thing to figure out. So we got kinetic, thermal resistance up to 62. Got all these things. Then we have room for one rig. Room for one rig somewhere. All these bring our CPU. We'll sit here and think about it. We'll sit here and look for a bit, right? It's just trying to find one thing that we could maybe put on here that would help us. Alright, we're back again. So not sure how long this video is going to be, right? It's like 1 hour 18 minutes. I don't know if anybody watches it, but we'll see. So if we look here, right, we decided to get the small drone control range augmenter. So if we simulate the fit, this just increased the control range from 35 kilometers up to 50 kilometers. And we also just got like the compact version of everything, just so everything could fit. We ended up replacing the sensor adapter with this thing, so this just increases our tracking speed bonus by 24%. Then we got this battery here, so we can regenerate our capacitor a lot quicker, right? Reactive armor hardener, and we got this compact armor repair instead of the Tech 2 module one. So we got the compact ones here. So as we're sitting here, fitting out our ship, we're learning a lot more about the modules and everything, right? So if we were to use the Tech 2 version, right? If we were to take this compact armor, if we were to throw a Tech 2 version, it doesn't actually fit, right? We need 0.6 units of power. Yeah, we need 0.6 units of power to be able to use this Tech 2 small armor repair. So I guess this compact one isn't that much worse, right? And we can actually use it. Power grid 0.4. So I guess we're just going to sit here, trying to fit out our ship depending on what it can use. And I think a lot of the value actually just comes from these drones, right? So it says that our ship's worth 8.4 billion. 8.4 billion. we take these out, it's just 5.8 billion. That's it. So this would just be like a ship that we got good things on. I guess I guess the rigs don't really cost too much, really, right? Show information, view market details. We're still just looking at things, right? These ones just cost like 300,000, so 6.9. So it might just cost like 900,000 or something. Yeah, less than that. So it's just like 800,000 in the rigs then. So maybe the actual ship's worth 1 million. These things aren't worth too much. Where's all the expensive thing come from? This thing? This thing's worth like 1 billion, right? Yeah, that's worth like 1 billion. So I guess it's just some certain modules that we haven't worth more. I guess that's like 300k. I guess everything adds up. We like could make a cheap ship, and maybe we would at some point, right? We could make like a good expensive version of the ship, and then we could try to make like a cheap version of the ship as well at the other place. But I think this ship's done. We got everything done here. So if we go to the inventory, right? We just threw some ammunition in here for right now. Wonder if we should need more just because it doesn't take too much space, right? Antimatter, iridium. Maybe we just throw a bit more in there because these don't seem to take as much space as a medium ammo does, right? So just take like 4,000 of each, I guess. That works. And then we just have to fly them to Gallente space. So we got some ammo. We got our ship set up. We got drones and everything, right? We put salvage drones in here. And it said here we just have ammunition. That's it. 5 salvage drones. 7 Tech 2 hobgoblins. Just in case salvaging. I don't even know if we need them, right? They could probably just be all hobgoblins or something. But since we have salvage drones, we'll just put them in. Like, I wonder if we can get like armor repair drones if those would do something. But there we go. I think we have a combat site scanning ship, right? Combat site scanning destroyer ship. So let's just do that. We'll just go over here, go to personal assets, go over to Dodixie, right? 15 jumps. I'll just fly this ship over there, and then we'll have to figure out what to do from there. So just sitting here, fitting out your ships for a long time, teaching you about the modules. That's definitely something interesting to do. It's something fun. Better than going out there and doing level 3 security missions, right? If you want to take a break from doing level 3 security or something, just go and fit out a bunch of different ships. So the reason we're fitting these out in Jeddah is just because we already had these ships out here, right? If we didn't actually have these ships out here, we would have just fit them in the Gallente space, right? We go to the Gallente main trade hub. We could go there, and we should be able to buy all these things from there, right? Should pretty much be able to buy all the same things from there, almost. Maybe it'll be a little bit cheaper or a bit more expensive. But as we go through and actually try to fly this ship, right, we might learn that there might be different modules we might want to put on here, right? So I have to figure it out. We just put that on here just because we couldn't find anything else to put on there, essentially, that would fit, right? So shift fitting, we just have a 0.4 extra power grid left. That's it. So we don't have a room for anything else besides this. That does seem about right. So there's the destroyer fit out, right? So we fly it to Gallente space, and then maybe come back and get the Tristan, or do we just leave the Tristan there because it's the mission running ship? And then maybe just set up a Tristan in Gallente space? So that would save us making this trip, right? If we're going to pick up the Tristan, we're going to have to fly it back to Caldari space again, and then fly it back over here again. Which might be alright. Maybe we'll figure out when we get there, right? Maybe we just bring our cruiser, maybe just bring our destroyer, leave our Tristan over there, and we just fit out another Tristan from scratch. Hey, yeah, makes sense, right? We just brought these 2 ships. So we just we got the cruiser, we got the destroyer, we fit them out, and we brought them down here. We refit them, and brought them here, and then we just refit some other ships in Gallente space, maybe. Something like that. So we'll pause the video. We'll pause it. Alright, we're back. So we were actually sitting there at the Jeddah station, looking at our ship for maybe like an hour, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, an hour, just looking at deciding if we did want to put everything in the Gallente space, right? Did we want to have everything in 4 different stations? Because when we want to go to see the different ships, we're going to have to fly to see them. So it's just going to be flying to the station that has the ships. But I guess it does make sense, right? We did fly it over here. We'll keep it over here. So we got the Tristan over here, and we also found a different module, right? Something else we were gonna do, right? So we have this Tristan that we decked out. We have it with fit with everything, right? We also found this auto targeting thing. So we have this. Here's the Tristan. Something we were gonna do was just fit out some different versions of them, maybe, right? Just fit out different versions of them. Check to see what they do, right? It's like 346,000, so it just costs 346,000 by itself. But this ship costs like 6.1 million. So this ship's quite a big price difference, right? 6.1 million down to the other thing, what? 346,000. So we could fit all these ships out from scratch, right? Fit all the ships out without them having anything on them. Create them to see what we can do with them. And something we found about the top slot, right? This one. Because if you just sit here, if you go to the high slot and you filter it, and if you just sit here and look at all the different things and try to fit them onto your ship, we couldn't fit these things. We didn't have enough power grid to put them on, right? Well, the small ones, right? We didn't have enough to put these on there. We thought maybe we'd put a neutralizer on there or something. So there's just a very few options that actually go in that spot, right? Maybe gas cloud harvesters. Maybe we could put a salvager up there or something. But then we just have a salvage drones, right? The actual salvager is a little bit annoying to use because we can see it doesn't take a turret hardpoint, right? So we can have 2 guns on the ship plus a salvager if we want. Or we could have this core probe launcher, right? We could throw that on there, and then we could scan sites as we're going through. And there's probably a couple of other things we could put up there, right? Mostly just like a remote armor repair, maybe where's that thing, right? Shields, remote shield boosters, remote shield repair. I think it was the same thing for like armor, wherever armor is, Holland armor. Remote armor repairs, right? Remote Holland repairs. So we're not going to be remotely repairing anything, I don't think. So we were looking at the drone upgrades. This drone link augmenter, actually just takes so much CPU, especially on a frigate. Right? Look at it, 91. We have 141 CPU available. We just got like 56 available on the ship. And this thing might just take like 50 CPU. So just this one drone link augmenter, it would increase the drone control range to 55 kilometers. But this one module would be like 1/3 of the 1/3 of the things on our ship, right? Like we'd have that instead of this, but after this, we wouldn't really have too much room for other stuff. So not sure if it's worth taking up 1/3 of our ship's resources just to maybe increase the control range. So something like that, right? Maybe this thing only goes on bigger ships most likely. So we gotta fit that thing. And if we were here, right, this thing, the thing we were talking about in the empty high slot, so we showed a bunch of things that we could put there. Show that. The thing that we found was up at the top, Electronica sensor upgrades. So we could put like a cloaking device on this ship. This is definitely an option. If we wanted to fly around, we could put a cloaking device on any ship. I think we actually need like the improved cloaking device to make us move faster or something, right? But essentially, we could put a cloaking device on this ship. Or I wonder if the prototype one, the requirement is so much lower. I see what that means. I see what that is. CPU usage is only 30, right? But if we go to the improved cloaking device, it doubles up to 60. So maybe this prototype is mostly just for maybe frigates and destroyers. Maybe this improved cloaking device is for bigger ships because it has a bigger requirement to fit it. So that's not the actual thing we were putting on here, right? You can put tractor beams on here. Put tractor beams on here to suck all the loot to if you want. Right? Just throw this on here. Then instead of flying Instead of flying to all the different wrecks and collecting everything, you just tractor beam everything to you. Which might not make sense on this ship, because it's a frigate. It flies so quick, right? So maybe we don't need that thing. Maybe we need that in that spot. Plus it actually takes up quite a bit, right? Yeah, it takes like 20 CPU. And then we got this automated targeting system. So this is the thing we're looking at, right? This thing just takes a one power grid, one CPU, one power grid, one CPU. And the thing that we were complaining about is when we're out there targeting enemies. When we're targeting enemies, we're like, we wish that we could target onto more enemies at once. This thing does that, right? Auto targeting, show information. Targets any hostile ship within range on activation. Grants a +2 to the bonus to the ship's max targets when online. So that means if we have this module online, we can lock up to an additional 2 targets, and it automatically locks onto them, right? So we just fly to the mission, turn this on, and then it would lock onto enemies automatically for us. Plus, it would lock into 2 more enemies that we can normally lock onto, right? So you don't even have to sit there and manually target everything anymore. We can just use this thing, maybe. See if it works, right? Since we have nothing else to throw up there. So that's something amazing, right? You just sit here, look at these modules, try to fit your ship. Go to simulate fit and look at everything, and then just see if it fits, right? See if it have enough power grid and CPU for it. If it doesn't, then try to put other things onto it. It's another thing we were worried about bringing everything here. Is like, what if we can't buy stuff on the marketplace that we're looking for, right? But then I was like, well, if we can't buy it here, maybe we could sell it here, right? So you throw this auto targeting center up here. So this would increase our locked targets by up to 2, 5. Oh, it shows right here. Max number of locked targets, right? Once we equipped it. So this ship could lock on to 5 targets at once. And if we equip this, now we can log on to 7 targets at once. So that's amazing. So if we're looking for something for this slot, we're so confused. We're like, let's just put this core thing on to go scan, right? 'Cause that was the only thing that we really figured could go up here, right? We figured this would be the only thing, but no, maybe there's other thing. This thing increases targeting amount by 2. So we're going to end the video, right? We'll end this video. I think we got most of them to Gallente space. So I think we're going to upload this video and upload the other one, everything. This is a long video. This was just us doing this. But if we go to Jeddah, right? Maybe we'll have to go there and figure out what to do with the rest of our ships. We'll do it as like part 2 or something. So I think while we're doing that, we're going to go clean up stuff. We're still going to figure out things, right? We're going to maybe go to the Jeddah trade hub, maybe organize things over there, maybe figure out what we're doing with our ships. Then when we're ready to record, we'll just do what we're doing with it. But while we're doing that, I think we should go to these stations, maybe pick up everything just to keep it clean. Or can we do that later, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. I guess we should get this finished up, right? So we have a bunch of Gallente ships here. We have the opportunity to just fit out a bunch of ships from scratch, right? Maybe we should just end the video. I feel like our objective was just to get our Gallente ships over to the Gallente station, which we did, right? We got our Tristan, we got our frigate over here, we got our Vexor, we got our cruiser over here, we got our Algos, we got our destroyer over here, and our battle cruiser was over here. Then these other things, right? We'll just go through all these ships. We'll try to fit all these ships out. We'll look at what they do, try to compare stats. And this will give us something more interesting to do than just doing level 3 security missions all the time, right? Instead of doing level 3 security missions, you can just sit there and fit out a bunch of cheap ships and figure out what to do with them. Because they don't even cost too much, right? It doesn't even cost too much, really, right? This will give us something to do. So we'll end the video. That's this one. That was this one. We achieved our goal. We achieved our goal of moving the Gallente ships over here mostly.